You make a mistake. You lie. You betray someone. You act in a way that doesn't sit right with you. And long after the moment passes, something stays with you. A tightness in your stomach, a downward glance, a sense that you've fallen out of alignment, not just with others, but with yourself. That voice in the back of your mind isn't judgment. It's something more complex. Shame, guilt, conscience. But where did that voice come from? Who taught us to feel bad when we do wrong, even when no one's watching? Long before courts or commandments, humans had a problem. How do you keep a group of people together when they all want different things? You can punish them, you can exile them, but physical force doesn't scale. What you need is internal control. You need people to regulate themselves. And in large part, that's what shame and guilt do. Evolutionary psychologists think that these emotions emerged as a kind of social GPS, a built-in warning system. Don't cheat, don't steal, don't alienate the group, or you'll lose your place in it. In the small-scale societies where humans evolved, reputation was survival. If you were seen as selfish, untrustworthy, or disloyal, you could be cast out. And without the group, you probably didn't make it. So early humans who felt bad about letting others down, or better yet, anticipated that feeling, had an edge. They were more likely to cooperate, to repair damage, to stay included. Morality, then, didn't begin as law. It began as emotion. Though we use them interchangeably, shame and guilt are not the same. And understanding the difference is crucial. Guilt falls along the lines of, I did something bad. Behavior focused can lead to repair. Shame focuses on the idea that I am bad. It's identity focused and can lead to withdrawal. Guilt says that wasn't right. I should make it right. Shame says, I am wrong. I can't show my face. Psychologists like June Tanji and Brené Brown have studied this distinction for years. Guilt is often linked with pro-social behavior, apologies, correction, and growth. Shame, on the other hand, tends to isolate. It tells us we're unworthy, not just mistaken. Both feelings evolved for survival, but one helps us reconnect, the other makes us want to disappear. In the cultures we grow up in, whether they emphasize honor, obedience, or individual reflection, tend to shape which we feel more deeply. Across history, we can trace different moral systems, each with their own emotional blueprints. Think ancient Rome, tribal clans, warrior codes, even modern high school. In these cultures, the worst thing isn't doing wrong, it's being seen doing wrong. You restore honor not by saying I'm sorry, but by redeeming your public image, sometimes through revenge, sometimes through sacrifice, and sometimes through silence. Guilt-based systems focus on intention, conscience, and personal responsibility. Here, the audience isn't the village, it's God, or your own internal judge. Guilt is more private, but it can be persistent. You carry it like a shadow, long after others have forgotten. Here's the paradox. Humans evolved to be incredibly adaptable, able to live in deserts, forests, cities, or space stations. And yet, we also evolved to be deeply attached to the past, to memory, belonging, and identity. Shame and guilt are tools for preserving the past. They say, don't forget what you did. Don't forget what happened to you. That's useful, until it's not. Because too much guilt can make us stuck. Too much shame can keep us afraid to change. Modern life demands reinvention, but we're still carrying emotional software from the Paleolithic. We feel shame online the same way we would in a village 10,000 years ago, except now the village is 2 million people with comment sections. We're wired to care about how we're seen, but we're not wired for global visibility. The result, a collision between ancient emotions and modern life. Despite their heaviness, shame and guilt aren't defects. They're signals. Guilt tells us when our values and our actions don't match. Shame, at its best, can reveal a desire to belong and to do better, to feel whole. But they're also easily distorted, weaponized by religion, parents, institutions, or our own inner critic. The goal isn't to eliminate them, it's to listen without being ruled by them. Why do I feel this way? What does this tell me about what I care about? And what can I do differently, not to earn forgiveness, but to grow? That's where moral psychology meets something deeper. Not just social control, but self-awareness. Shame and guilt weren't designed to make us miserable. They were designed to keep us connected, to keep us in the tribe, to help us remember what kind of person we want to be. But today, we're not just surviving in groups. We're navigating identity, belief, trauma, and change. And maybe that's the next step. Learning how to carry these emotions, not as burdens, but as tools. Tools that remind us, you care, you made a mistake, and you can do better.